I'd like to introduce Vanessa. Since leaving her job as Bureau Director, she has not been sitting still. Vanessa has held posts with Knight Ridder, the Washington Post, the Washington Times, the Tallahassee Democrat, the Charlotte Observer, and is currently the editorial page editor for the Lexington Herald Leader. And we are so pleased that she made the effort to make the trip from Kentucky tonight. Vanessa?
Well, good evening. I'll tell you, the foundation for CNS was begun and ended in like 2 years' time. We threw this thing together in a hurry. The Dean, Reese Cleghorn, had this idea for this bureau, and as far as I could tell, couldn't get any money from the people above him, and had some issues with the staff. You know, at the time the staff was kind of dominated by the advertising people, and there was more emphasis on research than practical, you know, hands-on education. So there wasn't a lot of enthusiasm. So he had scraped together enough money to basically hire me. And I spent like the first semester driving around Maryland to all the little small newspapers and the editors and publishers, and kind of convincing them that this would be ideal for them to have students report for them. But that wasn't the hard part. The hard part was convincing them to even pay a little bit of money so we can undercut some of the costs. I don't know if that's still an issue, but
you know it.
Yeah. So we got after that I put together, found office space in Annapolis, had to actually put the furniture together myself. I mean, it was just that kind of shoestring operation. And meanwhile, the dean, and with the support of other people like Professor Carl Stepp, they were pulling money as we kind of went along and promoting the program. We ended up, after we got the Annapolis Bureau up, we convinced about 8 students who were juniors and seniors to take the risk, and we gave them a small stipend for expenses driving back. And basically, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, we didn't do anything great and wonderful that first semester. We just basically produced what the papers wanted, you know, following an issue, following a lawmaker, that kind of stuff. And the momentum build after that. Then we ended up, after I set up the Annapolis Bureau, focused on DC. Chris Callahan, who probably many of you know, was hired right about that time to come in, and he ran the Annapolis Bureau. I set up the DC Bureau, convincing Knight Ridder to give us a little cubbyhole of space. Is that still a cubbyhole of space down here? Is that what we're leaving now? That was a cubbyhole of space.
Yes.
And so that worked out well, and once that got set up, we ended up, after that got set up, we ended up kind of, I ran the Washington Bureau. Then after that, I focused on trying to get new office space for Annapolis to move to the Naval, by the Naval Academy. No,
we moved.
Yeah.
But there were some good sights from that office.
Yeah, I figured. I never got to see them marching by. But once we set up the Annapolis, and one of the last things I did was to be able to try to set up a situation where we kind of designed a curriculum for the Masters in Public Reporting degree. So it was pretty much, I think it was pretty much a 2-year slam dunk. And the question was kind of like, why me? out of all the situations, and I had been a adjunct at the campus for a couple of classes, but I had also had the experience of setting up a program at the University of Florida A&M, you know, with the I was working at Tallahassee, the paper, and we set up an internship, a semester-long internship that is now a core of their program, their journalism school. So I had that experience, and actually I knew Carl Stepp. He had been my editor in Charlotte, and that was all I needed. So it was a great experience, and I left to go and work at the Washington Post. I had been working at the Times when I took this job. But one of the best things I did was that I recruited one of my favorite reporters, Chris Harvey, to come in and help run the program. And I really appreciated Chris, what you always talked about.